Hello everyone, welcome back to our book club hashtag one book at a time. And today we're going to talk about the August Peak, Never Let Me Go. If you're new around here, hello, my name is Wawa and I started hashtag one book at a time book club here on YouTube and announced my monthly book pick on Insta or Insta thread. I haven't decided yet. I essentially picking up books that are already in my TBR, and this is to help me clear off my reading list one book at a time because that's been there for a longest time. Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro is, I don't know what to say. You ready? I have my notes here in front of me, so if I keep looking down, it's just because I need to make sure that I'm reading the right notes. Alright, he's famously known for being haunting, being introspective kind of novel that explore lives of human clone that was created solely to become an organ donor. So the story is told through this main girl named Kathy H, and along with her friends Ruth and Tommy, they grew up in a boarding school, seemingly like an English boarding school located in England, and they have a very complex dynamics in their friendship, in their relationship. And she was telling about the innocence of the childhood, how they grew up and have come to a realizations of what is their purpose of life and why they were made for. It was very unsettling, and this is the one book that I was taking a lot of time to actually let it simmer in my brain because I don't know what to make of it, and I wasn't really ready to talk about it, but I knew that there is some takeaways that I managed to get from this book. So in the first 150 pages, I stopped reading this book. Let me see, 150 pages. Down my mic. 150 pages. Halfway through the book. See? Probably a little bit more than half. And I stopped reading because I thought this is going to be the book that I absolutely hate while everybody else love it. And I don't know why I even hate it. So the fact that it actually won Nobel Prize, you can see that it mentioned here, winner of Nobel Prize in literature, I think somewhere in 2005. And half of me was thinking, no, you don't deserve this prize. So I was so struggling with the writing of this book. You sort of being dropped from the sky into the book, and the narrator Kathy, she seems like she's talking to me about the story as if you're from the same world as her, as if you know what is going on in that universe. I absolutely no idea on how the world works in this book, in that universe. It was very vague. It's very interesting because I was wondering, what is so beautiful about this book? I can't say it. What, am I blind or something? And why there are people who love Tommy? When I read through some comments, some reviews about this book, people were extremely in love with Tommy, and just like how Kat is obsessed with Tommy, obsessed with. And I was in the dark and I was trying to figure out, what am I not saying in this boy? I find it very annoying. I find that Kat should be doing something else, and I never thought that I actually would get used to writing all this torture through the writing style, very conversational. After chapter 18 in this book, and this book has 23 chapters, so you can tell that I was almost at the finishing line, but I pulled through. I finally understood the writing style. I started to see the light through the dark. The novel is less concerned with the usual elements of sci-fi or dystopian, such as world building, which the clones will usually have at least one rebel. There was no rebellion theme at all. This book doesn't have a rebellion theme at all, and it is more focused on the character's emotion. In this story, you can see that they go through lives in a very quiet acceptance. So I can say that the pacing is very slow. At one point, one of my reading buddy sent me a message and she said, "This is very draggy." And she find it very annoying as well. And I said, yeah, at one point I do felt like it's a bit draggy. It made me feel frustrated, and I think it can be frustrating to readers who prefer clarity or maybe share the same personality as me. I have MBTI of INTJ, and I was busy calculating and trying to pick up all the dots and trying to put things together to mix up into a big picture, trying to understand where does this goes and what's the end goal here, believing that all the dots that I found throughout the story has it relation to each other, and I didn't get it. But after I finished this book, now I understood that it was very intentional in the way that Ishiguro wrote this book. And I think Ishiguro did very well here, in a sense that he really drive home to the point that us being human, metaphorically, we do have a lack of freedom sometimes, making the whole story feel even more unsettling and tragic. This story is a type of sci-fi and dystopian that I didn't expect to be, and it portrays quiet tragedy of a characters who, despite they have a predetermined fate, but they still hold on to the human experience, like friendship, living, enjoying the moment. And yeah, I do not have any favorite characters in this other than Kat, because I spent a lot of time with her listening to her story, but I don't feel really connected to any one of them. I think it's my bad because I spent a lot of time just trying to understand the plot, trying to find all the details, and I didn't actually pay attention to her emotion in this story. But the truth is, this book focuses on the emotions of the characters. The book reflects on how time moves, how we cope with losses, and how we seek meaning even when our paths are set on for us. So that's what I took away. If you're trying to approach this book like me, approaching this like a traditional sci-fi experience, the novel that you usually read, this novel may feel very underwhelming for you. However, for those who are interested in the explorations of human emotion, human connection, identity, memory, flashback, introspective, this is the kind of books that offers a narrative that can wrap you around that universe, around that world. Overall, do I like this book? I can't say it's beautiful because it made me miserable. Is the story delivers what it promises? Yes, I would say yes. Is it unique? Incredibly unique, absolutely. Is it for everyone? Nope, I don't think so. Is it good for exploration and new learnings of writing style and different perspective? Yes, it is. If you're up for new explorations, trying to learn different kind of writing style, this is the one. Will I ever pick up this book again? Probably yes. I almost get into reading slump because of this book, but will I pick up the similar writing style as Kazuo, Ishiguro, like this one? Maybe not anymore. At least for now. That's what I would say, for now. Maybe not anymore until I stumble upon another book that may share similarities to writing style. When I'm ready, I'm probably gonna pick it up, but for now, maybe not. It's just not for me. Giving all the angle that I look into, I still think that this book deserves a high rating. I would put it into 3.5, but closer to 4. Also, I'm gonna continue exploring this story and Ishiguro's perspective through its movie. I've yet to watch it, and I've seen the trailer. If you want, you can go ahead on my blog and watch it. The film maybe looks more promising, was made more beautifully, interpreting the storyline from this book. Before we go, I have my September pick with me, which is The Gaze and it sets in Istanbul in the 1880s to be specific, and is a tales of a bizarre freak show. So you can tell from the cover it has a circusy vibe to it. It's also very pretty with the goldish details on it. I find it very gorgeous, and is basically about a woman and a man who don't like how they look like, and the man is a dwarf, so they're also tired of people who keep staring at them, and they decided to start this game where the man wear makeups and the woman just draw a weird mustache on her face, and they were trying to handle the staring in their own ways. I think Shafak is planning to make me think about how we look at others can actually make them feel. It's about how your observation affects how other people perceive you. And I'm very excited to read this one because it's been on my TBR for a while. I've read few of Shafak's book and I'm very much love her. I'm a big fan of her writing, also because this book is shortlisted. It's not a winner of a prize, but is shortlisted for the independent prize for foreign fiction. So please jump on my thread or my Insta at wawahals to join the conversation. Tag me if you're reading this book next month, or if you decide to read something else but you just need a buddy to read with, just tag me. Let's just read along in silence and support each other. And also, thank you for being here today. Thank you for listening, and subscribe to my channel. And I see you next time. Bye.